Let's finish off with our Mastermind program here. In the last one, we used some steps to verify that the guess created by the user was valid. Now, what we've got to do is we have to generate some hints to tell them how many of the digits were correct and how many are in the code but not in the correct place. So that's what we're going to be working on here is the generate hints, and then we'll display the final result, and then we will be finished. So for the generate hints, what we're going to do is first we're going to have to reset because it's going to change every time, and we'll do this as a count. So digits gets the value 0. So this is how many of the digits are in the code, and then position is going to be how many are not only in the code, but also in the correct position. So we'll start with the easy one is checking how many are in the correct position. So if guess position 1 is the same as position 1, remember that's from the code, then what we're going to do is we'll do position plus plus. So we will count this up. And then we need one of these for each of the possibilities. So this is going to be, we want to check to see if the user's second digit is the same as the true second digit. We'll check to see if the third guessed digit is the same as the third true digit. And then we have to do the same for the fourth as well. Okay. Now, the other thing that we're going to have to check is we're going to have to check to see how many of them are out of position, which are just like the digit is in the code, but they've got it placed somewhere else instead. So we'll start with guess position 1 here. So what we want to do is we'll check to see if guess position 1 is equal to not position 1, but position 2. Or we'll check to see if guess position 1 is equal to position 3. And the other possible wrong location would be to check to see if guess position 1 is equal to position 4. So those are the 4 possible out-of-place positions that this digit could have. So in this case, we are going to go digits plus plus. And then we have to create one of these for each of the user's guessed digits. So first I'm going to do some copying. I want to keep them in order. So we'll check to see for position 2. I'm first going to switch all of these just to make sure that those, and then I've got 3 to switch on the third row, and then 3 to switch on the fourth row. 4, 4. Okay. Now, the other change that I have to make is anytime I've got, this match, well, wait a second, that means that it's actually in position. So I've got to check that all of them are going for the positions that do not match the actual digit here. So guess position 2, if it's in position 1, 3, or 4, then we'll digits plus plus. For position 3, I want to check 1, 2, and 4, so everything but 3. And then for 4, I want to check 1, 2, and 3. It's probably the best idea to keep these in order, like 2, 3, 4, 1, 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 1, 2, 3. The more patterns that you can incorporate into your algorithms not only makes it easier to read, but it also makes it easier to find errors later if perhaps you may have made any. Okay, So what we're going to do now is we are going to give them their clue. So this is how many digits are in the correct place. I will cut that and paste that here. And how many are in the answer but in the wrong place. That is this. And then we will display this information. So we'll see out not in position. And this will be the digits value. And then we'll do a see out in position. And then we will be ready to go. Once we've got everything correct, we will do a see out. You win. Okay. So let's try this out and see what we get. So I'm going to run the program. Okay. So in this version, we're still testing it. So I want to verify that that what we have programmed works. So I know that, whoa, this took a lot of trials. I know that the code is currently 4235. So let's enter a 4-digit code. Let's enter in 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So not only do I see my formatting mistake here, but I also see that not in position is 1. So I've got one of these is in the code, but not in the correct position. And you can see here, it's the 4. 4 is not in the correct position. However, the 2 and the 3 are. Of course, I wouldn't know which ones if I was actually doing this, so I would be making my second guess. So let's imagine that I was super lucky, and my next guess was 5, 2, 3, 4. So now I've got 2 not in position, and then I've also got 2 in position. Now, okay, I'm also going to get super lucky again. 4, 2, 3, 5. Okay, so it will say not in position 0 and in position 4. So that means that I win the game. So let's run that again just so that we can try out some of the errors to make sure that those work. And then I'm also going to fix this up. Boop, boop. Okay, so running this again. Let's make some mistakes. Hopefully I'll have a little bit more space. If it doesn't take so many tries, it's a little bit better. Okay, so now I'm going to make some mistakes. I'm going to put in the number 3. So notice that it doesn't put the in position, not in position, because this was not a valid guess. So I'm only going to get the guess, the clues, when I put in a 4-digit code that is valid. So if I put in a very long number, same thing. If I put a 0, 1034, that is not valid. And if I put anything larger than 6, because 6 was our larger digit, 1, 2, 3, 7, also that doesn't work. So it waits until I put in some, oh, you know what? Let's do a duplicate. 1, 2, 2, 4. Also not valid because it has double 2s. So if I put 1, 2, 5, 4, I finally get my clue. So you should try playing your own game, but in order to make it maybe a little bit more challenging is maybe we shouldn't display the answer. So what I would recommend is go up to the top, and just in case you want to revisit this and make some adjustments, but you need to do some testing, we're going to turn this into a testing line by turning it... Oh, I'm going to stop my program from running. We're going to turn it into a testing line by just turning it into a comment. So now that it's a comment, it will not go through that process of guessing. It'll just automatically start prompting me, as you can see, for a 4-digit code. Now I don't know what it is. 1, 2, 3, 4. I've got 1 not in position and 2 in position. Now you can really play the game. So I'd encourage you to play the game and then try and think about what enhancements the game needs. One, it's really weak on communication in terms of what the user should be doing. This is a pretty simple version of the program, but what could you do to improve this program?